Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Atlantic City. Behind me is Resorts Casino Hotel, which opened in 1978 and had a legal monopoly on gambling outside of Las Vegas for 1 year until Bally's and Caesars opened in 1979. So, in light of new competition coming from New York City casinos and all of the new casinos that have opened in Pennsylvania, Maryland, etc., I thought what we would do today is take a walk through Resorts to see how it's holding up here in 2026. And you guys can determine as we go through the video, will this place survive all the new competition, especially the table games coming in New York City, or actually Resorts World actually has table games already. So we'll just take a look around and see what it's like here in 2026. And you guys can let me know down in the comments what you think of Resorts. Thank you to everybody who supports us on YouTube and Patreon. Let's go.
Before neon shone, head and hall stood by the sea. When wartime reached the Jersey shore, Camp Boardwalk marched for victory. Within these walls, the wounded healed, then seaside dreams returned. In 1978, Resorts made history with its turn.
Here's the classic facade of Resorts. It hasn't changed much in recent times. However, this section of the facade got rebuilt recently because there was a massive fire right in front of the property here on the boardwalk, caused by people sleeping under the boardwalk who were trying to keep warm by starting fires, is what I remember reading. And, oh, we can't go in these doors. All right. So we will go in this door right here. And yeah, Resorts has a very classic vibe to it. The flooring looks very classic, in my opinion. You got the mirrored ceilings up here. Looks like they're giving away a car. What is this, a Ford Mustang? How much does this car cost? Let's see. About $37,000, sounds about right. So yeah, this place has a really classic feel. They got their new sports book over here, though. That's a fairly recent addition. So we'll just take a walk through the main lobbies and corridors of Resorts, and I'll let you guys know if I've seen anything that changes or changed recently. Now, the building is undergoing a modernization right now, at least as far as the HVAC systems go, and the facade of the original Ocean Tower. I think it's called the Ocean Tower. If I just botched the name, yeah, it is, right there. Grand Lobby, Ocean, and Rendezvous Tower. Rendezvous Tower we'll see a little bit later on, but the Rendezvous Tower was an addition to Resorts in 2004. Atlantic City had a pretty significant building boom going on from the early 2000s right up until the economy crashed in 2008. And Resorts definitely took part in that. They modernized a lot of the spaces. They expanded the hotel with the Rendezvous Tower. And yeah, the early 2000s was just a huge time of change in Atlantic City in terms of growth and development. You had the pier at Caesars that opened up around 2006. You had an addition at Taj Mahal at the time. Borgata expanded, Harrah's expanded for the second time in that decade. Tropicana added the quarter. Look at these classic chandeliers, man. They actually don't look that old, like in terms of, like Ocean Resort, where I'm staying tonight, has a very similar chandelier, just slightly more modern looking. And yeah, we'll go for a ride up into the Ocean Tower. Let's just go to a random floor. We'll go to the health spa real quick. And yeah, these elevators are tiny, man, and it is hot in here. Look at that classic security camera up there. That's nuts. Tell you what, though, these are pretty fast. Oh, this looks nice. I mean, this, you know, the decor, the lighting, the wallpaper, None of it looks super old. Oh, there's just like 2 little rooms in the corner here. That's kind of weird. So yeah, let's go see if we can check out the health spa. Here's what a typical floor in the building looks like. And this hotel is a classic. This was built in the 30s. And in the 40s, the military used this site, one of the ballrooms downstairs that maybe we'll see a little later on, as a training center for the military, which is just really fascinating. You know, I don't know too many casinos that the military used to train in. But yeah, this overall, this hotel looks very clean and well kept from everything I've seen so far. And we'll go down the hall here and check out the pool and salon. I'm just going to look. I'll be right back. So the pool and fitness center at resorts has been recently renovated. They redid a lot of the public spaces up here, like the ceilings look new, the flooring looks like it's in really good condition. And most importantly, they put a dome over the swimming pool area, or replaced an existing one, I can't really remember. But this is retractable, and it's got a nice, really nice pool area, and a decent looking bar up here with TVs. It is quite hot in here, but I guess that's to be expected with a pool. And you do get a nice outdoor terrace here with lounge chairs, beach umbrellas. You can hear the music from the boardwalk down below. And you get a really good view of the front where we just came in, and the classic resort sign. Central Pier down there in the distance. So yeah, not too bad. I think what we'll do next is we'll head back downstairs and check out the rest of the lower floors. Oh, and one last thing. They do have a fitness center, although it's not huge. There's like a TV up there with a baseball game on. They got some free weights, some ellipticals, some treadmills. But yeah, not one of the more extensive gyms I've seen, but it's there. We're headed back down to the second floor now, and oddly enough, I'm like 60% sure these elevators used to be some kind of service elevator, because they're like tucked off into a corner from the fitness center and the pool, and they used to be really rickety. They've like recently been upgraded. But yeah, if you're staying here and you want a cheat code, these 2 little random elevators will get you where you need to go. Alright, so we're down on the dining level, or the second floor if you want to call it that. A few feet that way there's a bridge to connect over to the Hard Rock, which is really nice. So if you're staying at resorts, you really kind of get your choice of 2 different casinos connected. And you got Resorts and Hard Rock next door, which used to be the Taj Mahal. Breadsticks restaurant over here, and steakhouse over that way, I believe. Breadsticks, there's a ballroom over there. So fun fact about this place is when Resorts was booming in the 80s and 70s, Taj Mahal at the end of that corridor over there was going to be an expansion of Resorts, but there were financial troubles and Donald Trump ended up wrestling that project away from Merv Griffin, and the Horizon Ballroom is a connector bridge to go across the street to either a project that never happened, or the old there was an old hotel across the parking lot that was demolished a long time ago. But look at the ornateness of the ceilings in here. This place is crazy. And that room over there, along with this room, you are right there. There you go. Hey! It is a Saturday night in AC, so it's getting a little crazy. But anyway, this ballroom, I believe, is where the military did training exercises in the 40s to get ready for, you know, the World War or whatever, World War II, I think it was. Yeah. And so you don't get ceilings like this in any hotel, at least not any in AC. And you got a decent looking bar over there. And there's a lot of quirkiness to this hotel, like this weird staircase. Let's go up it and see where it goes, just for fun. Because yeah, originally Resorts was just an old hotel, Haddon Hall, that was converted into a casino quickly when legalization of gambling happened in the 70s. I think it was actually the year that it opened, 1978. Oh, look at this. I have no idea where we are. Starlight Ballroom, okay. And here's the elevator bank again. The main elevator bank. Non-public area. All right. So we pretty much saw all of downstairs and all of the dining level. And interestingly, at the end of that hallway we were just in, with the cool ceilings, used to be a buffet, but that went away a long time ago. So I think what we'll do now is we'll go downstairs and continue looking at the casino level of resorts. So we're back down on the casino level where we left off when we were down here originally, and we'll continue walking through. We got a couple little stores in this hallway down here. Talk of the Walk. So you can get a fancy dress to go to the nightclub that Resorts does not have. And this hallway was rebuilt and reconnected to the expanded part with the Rendezvous Tower, but the theming's on point. Looks very Art Deco-y through here. We got a nice little gift shop. Looks like they've got everything you need. Some drinks, some snacks, t-shirts, flip-flops. But yeah, if you're staying in the Rendezvous Tower, you do have kind of a long walk to the rest of the building. The Rendezvous Tower was built on the site of a former old hotel wing that was like 5 or 7 stories, something like that. And they tore it down and they built the Rendezvous Tower. So this is the lobby where this was built when the Rendezvous Tower went up in 2004. And you've got really beautiful columns with a nice little plant on the table. Interesting little mural up in the ceiling here. And a pretty nice looking check-in desk. A little bit on the small side, but nothing crazy. Your bell desk over here. Very beautiful set of revolving doors. And yeah, I don't know, overall this expansion they did in 2004 came out really nice. It integrates with the rest of the building really well. And here's the entrance to the casino floor. The other cool thing is they have a lot of memorabilia from the old days spread out along the building, like those handprints and some paintings. And now we're coming up on the Rendezvous Tower. And this part of the casino here was slightly expanded when they built this new tower. And this side of the building does feel way more modern, obviously, than the 1930s-esque Ocean Tower. And so I'll just go up and show you guys a quick floor if I can. I'm not staying here, but I do have some pictures and video of the rooms in this side of the building from when my family members stayed here. So this is actually footage from the last time my parents stayed here in 2021, and they just had a standard, like, king room. Now, these are still some of the largest rooms in Atlantic City, but I don't think they've been renovated, at least not anytime recently, if ever. In fact, I don't think these rooms have been renovated since the tower was built in 2004, and somehow they still look pretty competitive. I mean, they're a little dated, like that TV is super old, and some of the furniture looks a little dated, but the rooms themselves are still really nice and relatively affordable compared to other options in Atlantic City. I just thought it was important to include this in the video for people who might want to stay here, but there is a full-length room tour on the channel of these Rendezvous Tower rooms, and I think the bathroom, as you see here, is really kind of the biggest selling point for this tower. The bathrooms are huge. You've got the separate toilet room. You've got a great glass walk-in shower. In the full video, you'll see there's even like a little makeup area to the side of the main vanity. So these rooms are nice. They could probably just use a refresh, like some new carpet, wallpaper, maybe some updated furniture and things like that. And now that we've seen the newer side of the building and the older side and all the various hallways, I'll take you for a quick walk through the casino floor, assuming I don't get yelled at to stop, but we'll take a walk through. Resorts does seem to have a wide variety of slot machines throughout the building. Yeah, it's very competitive with anything you'd see at any other casino in terms of choice of games. And there's some interesting things on the casino too. They have a bar over here that was added with the Rendezvous Tower, and they use it as like a themed bar. They have different random events throughout the year here. Like right now, it's called the Piggy Bank for some reason. I don't know why they're doing that. If you know, let me know down in the comments. The other nice thing about resorts is they have some very affordable dining options here. This little food court is called Quick Bites. They've got a pizzeria. They've got a delicatessen. There's a Dunkin' Donuts back around the corner. So yeah, it's just a nice place to crash and get a bite to eat, take a break from your losses on the machines. I mean your winnings. And yeah, so if you were here in the 70s, this is the original casino floor. Like, it hasn't moved or anything over the years. This is where gambling started outside of Las Vegas. And this place was the only place you could gamble for at least a year until Bally's and Caesars opened further down the boardwalk. But yeah, this is the OG East Coast casino. Well, OG casino outside of Vegas. And it does have kind of a retro classic-y vibe to it overall. And it's not, a lot of people knock resorts because it's older and not as modern or hip as some of the other casinos, but if you're just in AC to gamble, this would do the trick for you, and it's right on the boardwalk. The room rates, I'm told, are affordable. I haven't really looked into staying here over the years. That's funny. They have a wheel for new members to spin, and it's almost the exact same design of the wheel at Ocean Casino. And they've got a 5 o'clock somewhere bar here, right in the middle of the floor. They have a Margaritaville restaurant up front that used to have one in the Destiny USA Mall in Syracuse that I just recently did a video about on the channel. But yeah, for now, if you want Margaritaville, I guess you got to come to Atlantic City. And yeah, there's the sign up there, Margaritaville Cafe and Gift Shop, Theater, Ballrooms, Horizon Room. So yeah, we've made it all the way. We've done a full lap through resorts. The original casino outside of Las Vegas opened in 1978. So this place has been around the block a few times. And that's the hallway we went down in the opening. And yeah, we're right back here in the lobby. Got your Margaritaville gift shop over here. And one last interesting thing before we end the video. This is the first legal slot machine in Atlantic City, and it was installed on Resorts International Casino floor in 1978. It can be identified as the first machine by the number 1 on the lower right side of the cabinet. So here's an up close and personal look at the first armed bandit separating people from their paychecks since 1978. Oh, that's cool. It even has a win meter up there. 4. It paid out 4 cents, so they had to get it off the floor. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Number 1, Bally Manufacturing Corp., Chicago, USA. I'll get you a little closer in case you can't read that. But that's crazy. The very first machine outside of Vegas. Legal machine, anyway. Well, guys, we've made it back to the boardwalk. And if you end up liking this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Come check out Atlantic City for yourself. The place is great. All of the places here are pretty good. And if you want more Atlantic City content, just hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.